everyone, and welcome back to the Manufacturer Series. This is pre-season before the official seasons of 1 and 2 start later in this year, and it's round number 3, and we're in Group 4 cars, as you might be able to tell by the cars in front of me. I'm at the Red Bull Ring. Now, I had been behind these cars a little bit, and you know me, I like to warm my tyres up at halfway through, and I could see that they were all trying to get each of a slipstream. It was becoming a bit of a nuisance. The minute I see Jomas go to the right, I think, right, okay, I'm darting here. Jomas is waiting as well. I'm not waiting for anyone. I can get a good lap in here. Remember, the Red Bull Ring is a power circuit. Now, before we get into any of the action, the live stream is timestamped in the description below if you do want to check out the full live stream. Of course, this is highlights, and this is the best quality lap I could do. And of course, we fuel burned for the majority of it because that's standard at the moment. Coming up to this first corner, we're going to look to brake around the 100 metre mark, just after it if we're being aggressive. There we go, just after it. Brake third gear, going to clip this. Now, the extension of this corner has sort of been half resolved. There seems to be a way to cut it still, or extend it, that I'm not aware of, that you'll see later on in the video. Coming up to this turn 2, of course here, this is where the prime opportunity to overtake is. 100 metre board again, try and clip that apex and try and get out as fast as we can here as we accelerate now towards this billboard there. We can see we're on a relatively good lap by the time stamp, anything under a 34 there, we know we're on for a relatively good time there, like 35.1, 35.0 and below. Going down into here, get on the brakes. We're just going to miss the apex slightly. That's going to cost us a little bit of time. Weren't aggressive enough on the accelerator either. Cost us a little bit more time there. As you saw in the first sector, we were blue, not purple. Even so, we continue on. Brake around the 50 metre board. Try and get this car turning. Front wheel drive Audi TT. Very, very hard to get the turn in. Once you get it and start accelerating out, you have bits of issues there. Again, coming into this next corner, we went in aggressive, but we nail this apex perfectly there. Can accelerate out, try and use as much of that curb as we're allowed as we accelerate towards the final corner. You saw there, we were purple, the final 2 corners, should I say. So coming down to here, you're braking just before the 50 metre board there, brake turning, and we just missed the apex completely there. It cost us so much time. Look, I even have to lift there. Cost us at least 10th and a half there. Coming through this last corner now, we accelerate out, we head towards the line. What kind of lap time are we going to get? It is a 1:34.8, so I reckon we could have got a 0.7 if not a 0.6 there, especially if we cleaned that up a little bit. So we've got Indie Food right behind us. I was hoping that somebody would break us up a little bit there, but looking at it at this moment in time, nobody did until Musto came in with a 1:34.5. Unbelievable lap there, so fair play Musto. TB37, I think Musto's the team name, don't quote me on that. So let's have a look. You're going to see the power cars at the front in this situation of qualifying. TB37 on pole there in the Scirocco, then myself in the TT, and then another Scirocco. So you can see the power cars are towards the front. Indyfood there in the BMW, not a power car, so did well with that one. Garassa, Ford Mustang, again, power car. Jaguar, power car. So you've seen all the power cars get near the front. All the handling cars will be further towards the back. So NSX, that's more of a handling car by Key there in P9. The Viper, you would think is a power car, but it doesn't seem to have a lot of power in it for some reason, even though it's got a V10 in it. So, yeah, I'm not quite sure about that one. But even so, going further back, you see Rick there in the Toyota. That is very much a handling car and tyre car. And the key problem here at the moment with tyre wear, we discussed this in the Dear Gran Turismo video, of course, is that some cars can do no stop, happy days, go on to, you know, victory. The pit stop time is mental. While other cars like the TT, the Scirocco not so much. It seems to have the best tyre wear of all the front wheel drive cars. But the TT could not do a non-stop without driving like Miss Daisy. You actually lost more time because of it when we tested it. So in this race we were going for one stop, just go all out and just have, you know, the best race we can. See what total time we could get. Coming into this first corner, just look up ahead with TB37. Goes around this corner, somehow runs so wide, but does not get a penalty. Does not get a penalty. Now this has me shocked. Look, you can see it in the bottom left hand side. I'm like, surely it should be a penalty. I'm smiling. I'm like, how is this possible? How do you do that? I still don't know the answer to that question. So I'm like, okay. So I wasn't sure whether TB37 was going to do a non-stop or one stop. So I'm trying to figure this out on the fly. Absolutely figure it out on the fly. The minute we start pulling away from SVDR, initially I was like, maybe it is doing a one stop. But then I start catching up on the apexes. Now, the minute I start catching up on the apexes, I know I'm on soft, he's on medium, and I know then I've got an advantage, and I need to get past as fast as humanly possible. So, really, it's in TB37's best interest to maybe hold me up for a lap or lap and a half or so, and then let me go. And that way he doesn't lose his total time, because a non-stop was faster than a one-stop. I would have to pull off some miracle to win the race. You know, me attacking TB37 causes a lot more tyre wear for him, because obviously he's got to drive more aggressively, defensive, take sharper lines, you know, go on the defensive line. Is he going to do that here? Yes, he does. He goes to the right side. I stick to the left hand side. I didn't really want to overtake at this point, but because, you know, he's going defensive, I just want to take my racing line here, because I'm thinking of the total time in the end anyway, and the best place to overtake on this track is turn 2. I don't want to overtake here. This is the worst place. This is why I'm staying here. But, you know, he's just staying to the right. So at this moment, I'm driving it and thinking, okay, I'm going to make sure you lose out on time here. So I brake, just let him take the apex, then I'm going to come in as well. You can see behind, they're catching up to us. There's a slight tap there, which is a bit unfortunate, because we did have to run on TB37 there. And again, he got no penalty for running that wide. I'm still like mind blown by this. Like, how do you do that? Like, every time I tried it, I tried for a good 15 minutes, like the previous day. I could not get it to work. But even so, we're going down the left-hand side here, going into turn 2. I'd say this is the best place to overtake. Just a slight tap there on the exit. But look, we've got more grip. We've got the softer tyres. I'd worked out he's on the medium tyres here, so I was just planting my foot, and off we go. We've got Indie Food in there as well. So coming down towards this right-hander. Are we going to get the move done? We should do on soft tyres. We're in the best handling front-wheel drive car, in my opinion. And round we go. Well, best handling when the tyres are good anyway. And round we go, and there you can see we've got the positions. Over to P1. Now we've just got to rocket ship away. We've got to go as fast as humanly possible. I'd already worked out that Indie Food was going to be on a one-stop as well, from the fact he's driving so aggressive. And then I knew SVDR was on the non-stop, because he instantly dropped away. The minute someone drops away during a race, they're saving their tyres for later on. So in that situation, you know they're on a non-stop. Anyone driving aggressive, me, Indie Food. TB37 was a bit iffy initially, and then I was like, okay, yeah, I'm catching up on apexes. You saw the acceleration at the corner. You know they're on medium. So he was going a bit too aggressive, in my opinion, on the tyres. And SVDR was playing it perfectly. He just let off. You know, he was just driving his own race, thinking about what was going to happen. So we're just trying to break the slipstream here. 36.7, that is a very fast, or fairly fast opening lap. Of course, we were fighting for position there. Kelsey getting the best lap so far with 36.3. Then Dragon there, 36.3. Dragon in the Toyota. You see, Musto again have gone miles off. You can see my face in the bottom left-hand side. I'm like, surely. Like, how? How is this possible? There you go. You can see me saying how. It's amazing. I still don't understand it. So we're going to go a lap later now. And you can just see Indie Food didn't catch me up there, but he is starting to catch down. This is where tyre wear kicks in. You can see my front left tyre really starting to come down. Indie Food getting very close. Now the BMW, not fast on the straight. It can keep up with me, and then up towards the end of the straight, it will then potentially start to close a little bit. Not too much, but obviously as the laps go on, the BMW is going to get better and better. Obviously the next lap is where it's going to be critical for me, because that's when my tyres are going to be really shot at this point. You can see we've pulled the gaps. TB37, he's obviously realised he needs to save his tyres at this point, and that we're on one stop. So going around here, see, this is where the BMW will catch us up because of the tyre wear. So we're just trying to get around as best as we can. Interview then looks for a move down the inside. We give him a BMW M4 space. He knocks me out wide a little bit there, and yeah, that's a bit frustrating. It's not a corner you really should go for an overtake on, because you are going to lose time. If you go for a move, you're going to lose time. So I can tell you now we lost 6 tenths on that one. 6 tenths because I checked other people's streams and videos. 6 tenths of a second because of that move. So let's see what happens as we go on to the next lap. Obviously the next lap we're going to pit because it's 11 laps. 5.5, we can't pit on 5.5. See, if you're trying to go for the move again, at this point it'd be better working together. Look how far away TB37 is, and look what happens by the end of it. Look at the radar as well. Hits me there. So again, I'm trying to now get the car around as best as I can. We run a little bit more wide than normal. I'm glad the game realised that I didn't do that. So we got hit again there. So the Indy punt count goes to 2 at the moment. And he would have been better just waiting for this first corner. If you really want to get by, just wait till this first corner. If you've got much better tyres, you can just brake, dive bomb down, and you've got it sorted. Look how much he gains on the braking there. Look how much he gains. That would have been straightforward. Now look at the gap on the TV camera. They're right behind us. We've lost so much time because of this. It's another good 7 tenths there that we lost on that first corner. No doubt about it. I didn't double check that time loss like perfectly, but you can see the gap. The gap just shrunk massively. It's coming into this right-hander, so you think about it, we've lost 1.2 seconds at this point. We'll continue on all the same, and obviously lap 5 we're going to come in the pits this lap. You see our tyres are absolutely destroyed at this point. So then get into the left-hander, and the non-stoppers are right behind Kelso now. SVDR, top of the non-stoppers. Through there we go. Oh, sorry, TB37 is still in there as well. And then Indyfood goes for the move again. We give him a bit more space this time. But again, this is costing us so much time. A huge amount of time. Look, I mean, look at the time drop from TB37 there. It's huge. We should have worked together in this situation. The race is until the end for us. So I come into here. I brake a bit too late there, trying to get the position. I'm coming in the pits. I straighten up. Boom. Indyfood hits me off. Half a second penalty. I have no idea what that's for. So Indy punt count is now to 3. So we were absolutely furious at this point. Like, you know, I don't get very furious like often, but yeah, I just, you know, it's the same thing over and over again. So coming out the pits, I knew what I was going to do. I was just going to dive bomb into turn 2, sorry, and just, you know, this is the message. Get it into your head. Drive cleaner. So I was coming down here now. You'll see start instantly catch on the BMW. Again, as well, coming out the pit, surely in your head you should go, well, the Audi's going to be better for the first 3 or 4 laps. Let him go and then I'll catch him at the end. But even so, you'll see me come off the brakes a few times here. I'm just going to try and run him a little bit wide there, just to get the message across. And then I suddenly realised, I'm like, oh crap, I can't take my penalty anywhere. So Kelso does the right thing there. Not bright thing. Goes to the left. I saw Garassa was coming on the right, so I sort of thought, right, I'll stay in the middle of the road. Happy days. Right. This is where I then go back to teacher mode. Right, I need to focus on the race now. Indyfood's done my head in. I ran him wide. Let's just try and focus on what's going to happen ahead. Now, because TB37 had obviously driven very aggressively during this race, you know, to try and keep up with the one-stoppers, I knew he'd be holding people up later on because his tyres will just be shot, completely shot. So I knew there was still a chance in this race, and I said it in the live stream. You can check the live stream. I did say this, that there's a chance that he's going to hold everybody up, and we've got a big chance of a good position here, which is why it infuriated me even more that we were going for moves, or Indyfood was going for moves that weren't really on, and were costing so much time for both of us. You know, there's a chance of a podium here for both of us. If we'd one stopping, that's amazing. Absolutely amazing. So even so, you see me come out this corner, and again, I've always said don't go into turn 1 here. It'll cost you so much time. I'm just going to bumper draft Garassa here. Just push him along a little bit. There you go, Garassa. A couple more people in the pits there. As we head towards turn 1, I'm going to brake a little bit early. The way you don't hit somebody off at turn 1. So you come through there and then happy days. Now, turn 2. I know I'm faster than the Mustang. The Audi TT, it's a better car here than the Mustang. The Mustang absolutely destroys its tyres. I saw that in a WhatsApp chat earlier on, that the Mustang was shocking. So I was like, right, okay, I'll go for the move here. Down the left-hand side, standard stuff here. Try and go around the outside. And round we go. This doesn't cost us any time. You can see Calster and Indyfood right there for us. And round we go and accelerate out, and we've made that move. So at this point, that's fair. You know, that's how you do it. Strategy-wise, Garassa will probably have thought TT is quicker here. Let the TT go. Use a bit of slipstream here. Get me some additional speed down the straights. It's additional lap time. Get me into that battle. That's the whole point here. We've got to get to this battle up ahead where we can really, really fight. Now look ahead with Indyfood here. Goes for a gap which does not exist there and just literally pushes Calster out. And yeah, I don't have the TV camera anymore to show that, but yeah, literally pushes Calster out wide to get that position. Again, frustrating driving. Drive cleaner. People are saying now they're not going to respect him as much, like, you know, in driving and racing. It wrecked his own race, it wrecked everybody's race. Just drive cleaner. It makes more sense. So, coming into here, through we go. We've got to really catch up to Calster now a little bit. Right-hander, and you see we've got traction control on. I've not actually talked about this actually. Traction control, the reason I've got that on is to protect the tyres a little bit. When you spin up the tyres, you know, accelerating out of the corner, that causes tyre wear, of course. So, you know, I've got to really preserve these tyres. We did get the fastest lap for a moment there until Saskilla beat us to it. So through here we go. We're going to do the exact same move on Calster. We know the four-wheel drive cars are actually suffering more than the front-wheel drive cars at the moment. So we're going to pick a side when Calster decides. There we go. Calster goes to the left. I'm going to the right. Down we go. Indyfood's just there, as I say, so we're not losing out much on time here. In we go. We get that position done. Calster's obviously seen that. Tried to go for some form of cutback. That's not quite worked. Just give me a little bumper shunt out of there. Give me a bit of a boost. So thanks, Calster. And Calster, again, is racing smart here. Okay, the front-wheel drive car can push me along on the straight. He's got worse tyre wear than me. You know, I feel for the four-wheel drive cars as well as the front-wheel drive cars here. So, you know, Calster's being smart, racing smart. What can I do? Can I follow this TT all the way to this big group up ahead? Very smart racing. And Kelce's one to watch out for in the future as well. We advance a bit further on, of course, and JM Brie, we've caught up to the Alfa Romeo of JM Brie with a penalty as well. I wouldn't normally go for this move, but because Indyfood was right there, I knew I could get a bit of slipstream off Indyfood. I didn't want to lose that coming into this corner, so I come around, just make sure I stay in this slipstream. With the penalty of JM Brie, normally I'd stay behind, but I didn't do that this time. We advance another lap later, and this time we're going to go all the way to the end now. So you can see Indyfood is just making me on Sky Pickman, and look at the huge group of cars up ahead. Now, if we were 1.5 seconds ahead, obviously we lost half a second from the penalty, we'd have been right in this on this lap. Not the next lap, this lap. But now tyres are even fresher. Oh, frustrating. So you can see Sky Pickman obviously let Indyfood go there with the indicator. So we're coming down now to this right-hander, and as I say, we're going to go to the end now. This is where it gets crazy. So I'll let you know my opinions, my feelings of what happens. Look at this group up ahead. So SVDR's gone. He's miles ahead. So how to do a non-stop properly there, and that's why it was so much faster. But because TB37 made sure to, try and keep the one-stoppers, it cost him a lot there. See Sky Pickman there with the indicator saying overtake on the left-hand side. That's very kind of Sky Pickman. Thank you very much for that position. But look up ahead. Indyfood going for a move there. Taps Rick into Felix. So, they're trying to go 3 wide around that corner, which is even worse than earlier. So you see Rick got a bit sketchy there, hit Indyfood off again. People getting frustrated. So I come down the inside, and I was always going for this. See you later, mate. Please learn to drive better. Thanks. Okay, so now we're into P9, and look at this huge group of cars here. So at this point, I'm not sure why Dragon goes to the right. I'm not sure whether he's letting us go, or he's trying to defend a position. I'm not too sure. If you are letting us go, mate, thank you very much. Pulls in behind, so fair play with that. So coming down into here again. Indyfood with a huge dive on turn 1. Punts Dragon way out there as well. Yeah, no comment. Anyway, we're coming down to here. We've had a good run out the corner. So we've just taken Felix. Got Key on our right hand side. You can see the battling going on up ahead. But look on the radar and look on the TV camera if you can. Punt in. So it's Indyfood into Felix into me. Oh dear. So we lose out a little bit there again, because obviously I then went into somebody ahead of me. So we're still side by side now with Kelster. Key is still ahead of us. We're still in a fight here, but we should have been much further ahead. I'd say it cost us so much time earlier on here. So down into this round, I've got a lot more grip, hopefully, than everybody else, because obviously softs are better than worn mediums, worn softs. So we try and go around the outside of Key. Key gives us a lovely amount of room there, so fair play, Key. Thank you very much. So we're then going to come into this left-hander. You see Beloff trying to look for TB37. TB37, obviously his tyres are destroyed from trying to keep up with the one-stoppers earlier on. So round we go. You can see we're 7.5 seconds off the leader there as well. So that's how much it cost him. Look at that. We just get a lovely little sneaky move done there when Beloff just gave TB37 a little bit of a tap there. So here I didn't realise Kelster was on my left. Looking at TV camera afterwards, Kelster wasn't actually side by side with me there. Try and go down here, side by side with Beloff. Beloff just understeers here, pushes us off there, frustratingly. Then coming down into here, we've then got to give him room. So it cost us a lot of time. I'm not sure how Kelster didn't get a penalty for this, running that wide, but Kelster drove smart as I throughout that, and gets actually 5th position. Beloff keeps 4th there. And I get P6 in the end. I would say Indian Food cost us at least 2 seconds, if not more, and that would have put us in P2. So I was really frustrated with that, and you will have seen that in the stream as well. I say that's down below if you want to check that out. Beloff apologised, and Kelster really smart racing, fair play. But that's it for me for now, guys. Thanks so much for watching. I will see you in the next video.